literally read it so many times. I'm reading it backwards now.
I think this is a good note for everybody out there.
He says that I don't pull well on TikTok, so
He doesn't. It's
videos
just a fact. It just doesn't pull well. It's called social media for a reason, and it's not selfish media.
I just gotta clear something up. You weren't the 12th man on the field right now, right?
There is no easy way to get anything ever.
This is Mornings with Matt, the Deering Acting Studio podcast, where we discuss the connection between life and acting.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings with Matt, the Deering Acting Studio podcast. Start off today by overcoming that very first fear of the day. Hit that subscribe button. If you've been afraid to do it, just do it.
Do it!
Subscribe.
press it.
Subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about facing your fears, right, Joey?
That's right, sir. Facing your fears.
I was thinking about this morning, and I realized that the first step actually is trying to figure out, what am I afraid of?
Mm-hmm. Acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's the same as trying to overcome a habit, a bad habit or a problem or whatever. Like,
yeah.
You don't get there until you acknowledge, hey, I'm scared of this thing, you know?
Yeah, and like why do I sound like Siebert this morning? It's
I know.
like,
I was about to call you out on that. You're like, yeah.
I heard it. I was like, I gotta lean into that for a while. It's probably because he was in class last night.
It could be, yeah. I mean, that would make sense because Siebert he's an influential man, to say the least.
Siebert!
Siebert! Yeah.
So if you think about it, like a lot of times, what we'll tend to do in life is we like subconsciously avoid the thing we're afraid of, and then we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to bring it up. We don't want to acknowledge it. That's not distracting.
What happened? Nobody can tell what I did. I'll show myself views so they can see it because it's pretty.
Oh, and I'm in that spot where I can't tell what the audience sees.
Yeah, exactly. We're on a different level here. So I was like, I saw it in there when you said Siebert, and I was like, oh, I kind of got to do that. All right, so this is what Matt was seeing, everybody.
That's one of those moments that takes us backtracking.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot, Siebert. You took us backtracking.
No, Siebert didn't do it.
I know.
The glasses did.
I don't know. The glasses are a hit. The glasses
Are they?
bad. Yeah. Thank you, Zoom. Right. I used to edit these glasses onto people for certain videos.
I remember that.
That was fun, yeah.
You like invented those glasses.
Yeah. All right, so for real, let's get back to it. So you were talking about the element of fear and how you have to sort of find out what you're afraid of first. That's first step.
Yeah. So just admitting it, talking about it, bringing it up. Like, what is it? What are you afraid of? That is 100% the number one step. And then because until you acknowledge that there even is a fear that exists, how could you possibly face it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's pretty logical there.
Matter of fact, like I could tell you, even through me having the coronavirus, had to face a couple fears.
Yeah.
And then me being like in the next phase of our business, dealing like through the coronavirus, as everyone's dealing with the coronavirus, we've made so many shifts in our company, and made a lot of strategic moves this year, things that were really hard, honestly. And we had to step into new processes in order to find new ways of doing things. And I think I just talked to you about this yesterday, actually, the fact that some things, because we've made some steps and gone through some things on our end are easier than they used to be, significantly, like admin type stuff that used to take forever to do. All of a sudden, the new programming that we've put into place, some of those processes are much easier, and that felt weird.
Yeah.
And I faced the fear of like feeling like it was too easy, feeling like, okay, shouldn't I be working harder than I am right now? And like, is everything going to fall apart underneath me?
Yeah.
If I'm not working 24/7, like what's going on?
No, it's interesting for sure. I've been around for a while, but I've been on staff for like probably a year and a half, 2 years now. So I've sort of been around half and half with this 2020 world and with the year before that. And so it's interesting because I don't really have I wouldn't say I have oh, that's the normal view, because I haven't been on staff for that long. So this kind of feels like the way we do things, right? But for you and Brian, I'm sure, and I was going to ask you, like, is 2020 definitely the year where just like more things changed than ever? Because I know our program has always evolved and always changed, and in certain ways, whether it was offering different classes, different times, moving into different material, like there's never a stagnant moment in the program. So I'm just curious what that what kind of effect that has, and if it's been much different this year, like you said, compared to years past.
I don't know about like for our program. It's more like I've got you by 20 years, Joe.
Yeah.
And like Leanne's parents got me by 30 years, and my parents got me by 30 years, and for all of us, everybody's saying like this has been one of the hardest years of our lives. Like everybody's saying that. Like it's been one of those things where I think it's been hard. It's been but it's from the uncertainty. So we have been forced to change like quite a bit on the go, but at the same time, the core structure of what we do is the same.
Yeah.
It's still passion, love, mastery, and it's finding new ways of delivering that same idea, that same concept. Teaching life through acting. I mean, for sure. But one of those things, right? So it goes back to this thing of if we go back to my even coronavirus thing. So one of the fears, and I think this is everybody, right? So what are you so afraid of? For the most part, it's uncertainty. So if I go back to jumping out of an airplane, which I did, which I would do again because it was super fun. And I would be scared the second time, the same way I was scared the first time, but I'd be a little less scared the second time because I know with absolute certainty that, I mean, the chances of getting hurt are very, 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 very slim because everybody, to do that, you do the checks and balances. And of course, like you don't hear about people dying doing that often. it'd be like a 1 in a million chance that something would go wrong. You know, they obviously they regulate that industry quite a bit. But I know with certainty, because I've done it, how awesome it is on the other side. I'd still be scared on the way up. I'd be like, oh, but then, you know, it'd be fun.
My dad and I share the same value system on skydiving, and that is this. Why would I ever jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
Right. Which is the funny thing to say, and I get that. But the answer is because it's amazing. Because it's truly amazing, you know. Because you could say the same thing about anything, you know. If you're like, okay, a lot of people die in car crashes every year, so why would I put my body into a moving vehicle where other vehicles were on the road? You know, like you could basically say that about anything that where the potential of dying is there. You know what I mean? So it's all a matter of, you know, risk tolerance, I guess. But the point is this: like, what are you scared of? What are you really scared of when you're on your way up to jump out of an airplane and you're scared of the unknown? That's what you're scared of. You've never done it before. So until you've done it, you, your dad, whoever has no leg to stand on. You don't really get an opinion until you've tried something. So if you're just like, that's something I don't want to try, I get that. You know, I get that. Like maybe I don't want to try a certain type of food. Okay, fine. Like I just don't want to try it. Okay, that's fine. But you don't really get to say you don't like it unless you've tried it, right? And so if let me ask you this: of all the people that have ever skydived, how many people have you ever heard that went like, oh, worst experience ever? I wish I had never done that. Like, you probably never hear that. Like, probably every person who's ever said they've skydived before is like, oh, it was amazing, you know?
Yeah.
And so knowing that, like stacking that up, you got to start to eventually be like, probably it is really cool. Probably it is amazing. It maybe for me, that fear, I can't see myself overcoming that fear. Okay.
Yeah.
But it truly is. It's the unknown. And the craziest thing about skydiving is you step out of the airplane, and I can't describe it because I expected it to be, you know, when you're on a roller coaster and you get that like feeling in your stomach.
No, because I hate roller coasters too. That's what I was gonna say. Oh.
Yeah, but you've been on roller coasters. I mean, your parents took you to Knott's Berry Farm like over and over and over again.
No, I actually didn't go there. I rode my first roller coaster in 2018. I rode the one at the pier in San Diego, the wood roller coaster. Okay. It was scary.
Yeah, so the one where there's the water.
What? No, it's like an old wood roller coaster on the bay.
Oh yeah. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it's not my cup of tea. So I did it. I faced that fear. I was like, it's a smaller coaster. I'll go with my brother. It's a 2-person seater. It's not one of these bars where I'm gonna hang like Superman. Like I understand why people think it's fun. That's not fun for me.
But back to my question, you know the feeling I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're letting go of control. That's kind of what I see.
No. I'm talking about the feeling in your stomach that you get, that sort of like you're falling.
Yeah. I felt that the whole time.
Feeling in your stomach. Yeah. So what most people expect, what I expected jumping out of an airplane, was I was going to have that feeling
all the way down.
All the way down. And what's crazy is you don't. In fact, I expected to feel it, and I never felt it. Because you jump out of the airplane, and it's like it's like something happens, and all of a sudden, it feels like you're floating. Like there's a peace, like it's easy. It's the weirdest thing. Like you can't, they call it a free fall. Like you're falling and you level out. So you can't believe you're falling. It feels like you're floating. It feels like you're just like flying basically. Like it's really crazy. there is no, that feeling in your stomach isn't there. It doesn't exist. You don't get the sensation of falling. You get the sensation of flying.
Ah, okay.
So
That's
that's I think why it's so euphoric. There is actually no fear in your body. Like biologically, that feeling is not there.
So are you saying skydiving is a godly thing? Like he was like, all right, for those of you who will jump out of an airplane to skydive, like I got you. Fear is gone. Like
I don't know.
I don't know. That's an interesting theory. It's like one of those like silly theories, but like it's interesting when you think about it, because there's not many things where you can actually get that feeling to go away. Like we tell our actors, our performers, you're always gonna get that same feeling, the stomach like nerves before you go on stage every time. Like we all do still. And then you get out there, you're in for 30 seconds and it goes away, like you just said. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting.
Well, and especially it goes away when you're prepared.
Yeah.
When you know your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, I have to imagine there might be different thoughts at least going through my head if I didn't have a parachute on.
Yeah.
But that's the funny thing, because you're right. And that's why I said if I were to jump out of an airplane again, which I would do,
mm-hmm.
I would be nervous again.
Yeah.
I'd be scared on the way up, and I know I wouldn't be scared on the way down. I know it. I know once I step out of the airplane, I'll be like good, because that's when you get to that place. That's like being on the stage and you know what you're doing. Now you're in the place where you're performing. I mean, it's a perfect example.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's interesting. I like that. I like that analogy there of using the skydiving, even though that's something I'm probably still never gonna do.
And that's fair.
That's a cool example.
Yeah. Although I did hear you say probably. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like Brian, an absolutist over here. I'm just saying it's definitely not on my.
No, but I feel like you used to be an absolutist in this area. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I would say
And I think this morning you've been just slightly like, oh, okay, I'll open my mind up to not say never. But I'm still gonna be like, probably it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's like Leanne with Finn playing football.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Right?
Yeah, she said never for forever, and then you just keep pounding it, and then she's like, "All right, I'm slightly open to it. And I'm like, boom, kid's gonna be a star. Yeah. Kid's gonna play in the NFL.
So anyway, we're so as people, as human beings, there's the idea of seeking out your fear. And that's all. The other reason to skydive is to face the fear, is to seek it out and to go, okay, like I'm gonna face this thing. Now, the one issue I'll say is I do feel like some people can take it too far, and you end up like thrill seeking becomes your identity.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that can make you happy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you could essentially hurt yourself, because like, okay, well, I skydive now. Let's see if I can, ride a motorcycle on one foot. Like I'm scared of that. Let me face that fear. Like, no, maybe not.
The odds aren't as good over there, so so I would stick to skydiving if I were you. No, yeah. And I love that. Yeah, I chose the topic this morning because I figured it was something that we could both talk about pretty openly, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be myself, and so I was like, all right, well, this is something I can talk about too. But for me, like this last week has sort of been a lot of fear facing going on.
Really?
Just with, yeah, because I mean, there's with Brian coming home, that in and of itself is sort of tough because it's exciting, but at the same time, it's a lot of responsibility. Because he's very reliant upon the people that live with him, and the people that live with him are me. So I'm taking him to appointments and opening jars and stuff like that. But it's sort of like a call on all the time. And then with you getting sick, like you and I have been able to work side by side a lot of the time through video call or whatever, but I've ended up teaching and doing things that I wasn't comfortable with and I probably would have been absolutist with before, like I'm not going to do that because at the root of it, like teaching is what we do here. We teach people professional development and acting and make them better people. Like that's our identity in those values. And so that's something that I didn't want to have to carry because I'm like, I didn't feel like I had the experience to do so. So I was like, I understand the concepts. I love taking class. I can do a lot of the things, but I don't want to be responsible for trying to teach them because I don't think I'm a good teacher because I haven't been trained to teach. And then really, like through working with you and all that, I've learned like that's kind of an irrational fear because if you can do it, then you can teach it. And once you can teach it, you can do it better. And so I take what you say.
Well, no. So hold up. So you're kind of right here, but I want to stop you for 1 second. I don't subscribe to the thing of like, some people say, those who can do and those who can't do teach. I don't actually subscribe to that. I know you weren't saying that, but there is. I believe that there's a doing skill and there's a teaching skill, and they're not exclusive of each other, but definitely being good at doing something does not make one a good teacher. Actually,
no. Yeah.
But I think what ended up happening is you've been soaking it up. You've been soaking up the teaching part. You've been soaking up the how to inspire, how to reach people, how to connect, how to help other people, how to have that right mindset. And if you have the mindset of loving and making sure that people walk out feeling something good, and learning and having fun, if you have a desire to do that and you've soaked up enough of the teaching, you've got that, you have a value, right? Like if you know something I don't and you're willing to teach it to me, you're valuable to me, right? And yeah, so I think for sure it was a fear, but also on the flip side of that, this is like you've also earned it, and then you had to face the fear. Like in other words, you earned having a parachute on your back.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
You still had to jump. You still had to face the fear and jump, but you weren't jumping no parachute. You know?
For sure. No, I like that a lot. I'm really glad I had you on the show because I kind of figured I was going to botch it actually because it's kind of hard to explain the root of it, but there was just a legit fear there where it was like, I'm not worthy. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had the same fear when it came to teaching. I mean, because I was teaching at your age and I was teaching adults at your age, and it's terrifying. And the reason is because you get in your own head about the fact that you look young, sound young, are young compared to some other people. And you think to yourself, like, who am I to be teaching them? Like some of these people are like twice my age, like they have more, they've technically been doing this longer than I have. Like how could I teach them? Right. And that seems crazy a little bit. Okay. But then here's where it becomes very easy for you to like change that. What if there was a group of 12 people. They were all successful business people, men and women, and they'd all made $1 million this past year. So they're like very successful people, very smart. And they're all 55. So they're like 25 years older than you, 24. And they're all going to take a class from you. Okay. That could be terrifying, but think about something that you know very, 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 very well. What if they were going to pay you, let's say $1,000 each, and they wanted to learn how to create an Instagram video? And none of them had ever done it before. They had no idea how to do it, how to take the video that we're doing right now, put it on the computer, and turn it into an Instagram video. And each of those people had their own computer with the software that you use, but they've never used it before. And you were going to then teach them, hey, all right, so open the program, do this. You'd be like, no problem.
Yeah.
And I don't care that you're a millionaire. I don't care that you're 24 years older than I am. I know something, and I know you don't know it. And I know by the end, I'm going to be able to impart this knowledge upon you. And that's what you've paid me for. So as long as I deliver that, and I'll probably try to deliver even more. I'll try to teach you even a little something extra, like a little extra trick. Like, hey, a lot of people don't know this, and since you're paying $1,000, I'm going to add this little extra something, right? And so you teach them a little even more. They feel like they got their money's worth because that's what they wanted to learn, and that's what they paid you for, right?
Yeah.
And for that, it doesn't even like seem crazy.
No.
So it's you gaining the confidence and then understanding you have the value and then actually doing it, exercising your ability to make other people better. Because that's at the end of the day, think about it. If in anything, I just want to know that I'm getting better.
Yeah, sure. No, 100%.
If I take your Instagram class and I already knew everything that you're teaching me, then I'm going to be like, okay, like I already knew that.
Probably not gonna show up to that class again.
Right. I'm not gonna pay for it again.
Yeah.
But if I come and it's like, oh, I didn't know that, and they taught me something new, and they were able to make me better, I'll come back.
Yeah. Which is why you stress this a lot, but just that the goal of every class is to everybody has fun and learns a lesson. So you ask them, what'd you learn? Did you have fun? And then I like to add, like, so that they're not BSing, like what was your favorite part?
Yeah.
So versus did you have fun? Because then it's a yes or no. It's like, when did you have most fun? Yeah.
Yeah. And specifically, what did you learn? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Dang.
Good stuff, homie. Good stuff.
Good stuff. It feels good. Love it. Can't wait.
Those fears.
Either tomorrow or Monday you'll be back. You'll be back right next to me, right?
Yeah, it should be Monday morning.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'll pack up the car, and I'll drop everything off Sunday night. I'll be rocking in the studios Monday morning. So tomorrow we'll still be in this hack job of a green screen, but on Monday morning we'll be back in the studio. I can't wait.
You know what's funny is I just realized that somehow you got the older like the beta version of the Mornings with Matt background, because the other one has the text that goes like in the left corner and it says mornings, the width is white and Matt is yellow again.
Oh, it's tight.
But your head covers it most of the time because it goes all the way across, which is why we had to change it. So maybe I'll have to get you that new graphic.
Oh, Joey, that'd be so nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's so nice.
Can you please bring the stuff back to the studio on like a stick in like a red, like one of the people in the movies, and just like
like a hazmat suit.
Yeah, well, not even. No, just like the stick with the red bag and it has stuff in it, you know, that they have in the movies and they like travel with. You know what I'm talking about?
No, for why?
Because like it's like you're coming home, you know, you're on a journey to come back.
Oh, I didn't know why. But why is it red?
Oh, I don't know. It just is in like the movies and cartoons.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant because I have coronavirus that you wanted everything in like a
in like a bag. Yeah, please dip everything that comes from your house in a bath of Lysol for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then dude, I can't wait to have you back, but not until that bath of Lysol happened because
I will personally take a human bath full of hand sanitizer. Body sanitizer bath.
I feel like that would hurt. Oh, okay, great. All right, I got it. Right here. This thing. I'm gonna share my screen. This thing right here. Okay. That is what I'm talking about. This thing. You remember that from the cartoons? Like this guy? Like they have it?
No.
No, really? That's crazy.
Like I know the stick in the bag, but I never associated it with being red.
Yeah, it's like always red. See, all these are red.
But hold on. Scroll up.
Okay.
Scroll up.
Scrolling up.
Scroll over.
Well, I guess I said stick
yeah,
with
you
red
put a
bag.
red bag.
Yeah, that's just what I knew. Stick with bag cartoon. There we go. Let's see what we got. It's still majority red here. I think I might have got it from Smurfs. That's why.
There you go.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think red it has to be part of it. It's just it was probably just the particular one you were looking at. But I do know the stick with the bag.
Yeah,
so the stick with the bag I got.
Yeah. So hopefully for you viewers, as you sat through that, I don't know if you agreed with me or disagreed with me. That's cool. I was probably wrong there. However, if you would like to see Matt carry his stuff in on a stick with a bag, like please let us know.
But it could be any color bag.
Yeah, it could be any color bag. But Cardinal red is preferred. Maybe that's why I like the red.
Go Cardinals, go!
Yeah, we're gonna beat the Rams 35-32 is my prediction.
35-32? No, I got a better prediction than that.
All right, what you got?
It is 35. That was correct. No, it's not 35. I'm sorry. Hold up. 31. Cardinals 31.
Okay.
Rams 24, but they get to 24 late in the game. It's actually a blowout.
All right, I like that a lot.
It's a blowout. Like we're up. Honestly, we're up 31, 14 going into the fourth quarter. We don't score in the fourth quarter. It's super disappointing because we wanted to get some more points. We don't, but we're already at 31 going into the fourth quarter. And then they score a field goal early in the quarter to make it 31-17. And then with 6 minutes left, they make it that they score another touchdown to make it 31-24. So it looks closer than it was, but it's not really close.
Oh, I see. Hey, I like that outcome. So, I mean, that's a win for us if that happens.
Yeah, that's happening.
I'm a big fan of it. I went ahead and put my my license plate border of Cardinals superfan on. So
nice.
I put it on YouTube.
This is the week the Cardinals, for whatever reason, things click on both sides of the ball. So we get a couple turnovers, we convert the turnovers. The offense doesn't make turnovers and just is like kind of clicking, and things don't go perfect. There's some times where maybe some special teams plays happen and they do come down and score a couple times, but it's like not even close.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, thanks for having me on the show this morning. It was so fun. Face your fears, everyone. I hope you learned a lot. And we'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m.
Do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Help us spread this light-driven content to the planet. Thank you, and
Thanks
God bless.
for listening to Mornings with Matt. Please like, subscribe, and follow us at Deering Acting Studio to keep up with the latest content. For more information on classes, private lessons, or professional development coaching, visit www.deeringstudio.com. Have a Deering day, everyone. Boom.